Go do your homework. I need help.
Hi, Courtney. Oh,
Hi.
do we want to get started? I see Amy's helping with homework. You want to get, okay. I think we've got some more people that are trying to get on anyway.
Okay. Sorry, I'm ready.
All right. Shall we start?
Absolutely. All right.
Hey, well, do you have any, and some new people might be watching, so for anybody on Amy's team, I am Allie. I'm the National Marketing Director for Team Together. And Amy, introduce yourself if you want.
I'm Amy, I'm the National Marketing Director for Team Trigger.
And so together we are doing this awesome, I don't know if we want to call it a challenge, I'm calling it a momentum movement.
I like that.
But so we're doing this momentum movement together with both of our teams. So I think first we can just tell like what our goals were for last month or the numbers that we got, and then talk about next month and then have some people share. Is that good?
Sounds perfect.
So last month, for the month of April, our biggest challenge was most new reps. We were trying to see which team could bring on the most new reps. And how many did you have?
We had 14.
Team Trigger had 14, which is great. We had 21, which is great. So I think that it was awesome for both teams. And then we had, we did points. We're giving points for whichever team won that gets 50 points. And then we're also doing points for most. Do you want to tell all the points or?
Well, there's points for everything from bringing on, new DDs and 2,000 plus, all the way up through NMD, and then of course, there's the monthly challenge winner. So.
And like new customers and all that. So the points total team together, we had 255 points, and Team Trigger had 150 points. So what we're doing is we're taking this and we're carrying it over to next month. So in the month of May, we're going to do the same point system for every month, and we're going to continue to add the points, and going all the way up through September for whenever we go to conference in St. Louis to celebrate all the amazing successes that we're going to have between now and then. So that's the point. So we're at 255 to 150 right now, and going forward, we're going to continue to add to that. The focus or the main challenge for this month is new VFs. So how many 2,000 plus can we do on our team? Obviously, we just signed up all those new reps. We have 21 new. You guys have 14 new. But also what I'm finding that I think we're going to have a lot of restarts as well. So you don't have to just look at the people who are your brand new reps, but look at people maybe who have been in the business for a while and never did their 2,000 plus, and reach out to them and say, hey, this is the time. We're doing this awesome challenge, and we're providing the support to help everybody do their 2,000 plus this month. I'd love for you to do it with us. So reach out to some of those people as well, I think. But that's our main goal for this month is how many new 2,000 pluses we can do. Amy, you want to say anything to that, or you want to
No, it just makes consistent sense to figure out, because the ultimate goal at the end of what is said and done is new qualifiers. But in all honesty, it's not just new qualifiers as in being qualified and having PB at 1,000. It's really customer qualified. We really want everybody to be customer qualified. We may want to add that as a category, like brand new customer qualified businesses eventually. We'll have to talk about that, Allie, because that's really the focus right now with the company, but also in case you promote people out, then you don't have to go into excess. So, that's really, you had it exactly right when you're calling it a momentum movement, because that's the whole point of this. So we're super excited. We might have lost that challenge, but doesn't mean we're going to lose this month. So. Game on.
Game on.
Game on.
We do want to, Courtney,
Okay.
have a question?
What is customer qualified?
So when you're customer qualified, you are qualified. So you have 1,000 points in actual volume, and it's all off of your customer orders. When you are qualified and you look on your virtual office and you see PB, performance bonus, you can reach 1,000 on your volume plus your dealers and direct distributors. When you're customer qualified, it's actually 1,000 of your own volume. So if you look on a PVC report, the 6 column, that is your PV. It says 6 and it'll have PV on there. If that's at 1,000, you're customer qualified.
And Courtney, you have to be a VF first. She's brand new. Courtney just signed up. She just hit her HLP.
Yay.
So you do your 2,000 plus first, and then you can, once you're a VF, that's when you can have a qualified business. So
Okay.
your next step is to hit your 2,000 plus, and then we'll go from there. But so you know what it is moving forward. So we were going to have people from, like, we did most new reps and most new customers, or close whatever, somebody to share on each. So I'm going to ask AJ on our team. AJ has had the most new reps. I don't even know how many. I think she's had 5 or 6 in the 1st of May here in the last 5 days. Maybe on May 1st, I think she had like 4. But anyway, so I'm going to ask AJ to share some things she's doing, how she's bringing on so much team so fast. And then we've got somebody from Team Trigger who's going to talk about what they're doing as well. We just really want to help each other with ideas and, share with what's working for us. So AJ, take it away.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that we all need to know there's no magic secret to any of this. We all hear about that at conference. There's no special way of doing anything. But what I have felt and what has been working for me is this is what I do full time now. And I have done this as a full-time employee. So I've done it both ways. But when you're consistent about what you do and what you believe in, people will see that, obviously. And I know all of you are with your businesses and your posts and everything like that. I went through my genealogy report and I started just looking at my customers, and I have raving fans, and I have been very bad at inviting them to the opportunity. And so I did that, and just through that, I probably turned over just about 5 customers into reps just by doing that. And then it wasn't, this was something. And it depends on what you want to do, but this was worth it to me. On the last day of April, I basically said, if you want to join our business, I will give you half off your membership. And I had been planting seeds for a while at that point about people joining the opportunity. And at that point, then they were like, well, I think this is a good time for me to do it. Now, I'm not saying that everybody can just come out of pocket, sending $25 to each new rep you sign up. I'm not saying that I'm at my point of my business, I can do that. But it is something that people really do take a look at. And, I did it for people in my downline as well. That was my thing for my team. Like, if you have somebody who wanted to do that. But I think for me, the biggest thing is just keep planting the seeds. When you come from a place of caring, not selling, then you will get that back. And so start with your own customers that you currently have, or it should always come up in a conversation, like, hey, you're going to already order this product. Why don't you just join our business? We have a great time and talk a little bit about it. But then I just back off and I let them decide. But it's nothing you guys don't already know. There's no secret. There's nothing that I didn't do that you already haven't done. But I've been very consistent in my approach and doing it every day. I think that's probably the biggest thing that's been for me. Very consistent. Yeah. So.
Awesome. Amy, do you want somebody who's going to talk?
Yeah. So we've had a lot of really young people coming on our team, which has been a lot of fun to see. I have to say, I think the youngest person that is on my team is 18 years old. And Kristen Blumen has a distributor who just brought on this young man, and so I'm gonna let her talk, because not only did her team members bring on the most number of distributors on her team, but Kristen consistently has anywhere between 10 to 15 customer orders every single month for her son. And so we're gonna have her talk for us today.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, we're really excited to have this new rep on. He's like 18 years old. I realize he's closer in age to my 3.5-year-old son than he is to me, which is like really weird. But he is hungry, and it's really exciting, and it's very cool to have that like young blood on the team. But so my distributor Veronica actually in the month of April, and she was really sick and has to get up at 5 a.m. So I told her I would, talk on her behalf. But I asked her, I said, what did you do that I can share with everybody that helped you be so successful? And she said, I listened to you. And I said, well, that's awesome. But what that says to me is that she's really coachable. And what I basically told her to do is lead with the business. So when I trained her as a rep, like obviously I was like, you want to, speak from the heart and share with people. And, you have, a solution to share with people, not a product. I said, if you lead with the business, you're going to be much more successful. And that's just what she's been doing. She also told me that she had a vision. Her vision is to hit SC. So she fast tracked to VF in probably the first 32 days. And she's got that vision for SC. So she knew that she needed to bring on a bunch of distributors to hit that. And that was her goal. And so she just applied herself to it and just asked everybody in sight, and all of her prospects who were potential, customer prospects, she just turned them into distributor prospects and led with the business. And she did a fantastic job. And then I think Amy wanted me to touch on the customer orders. So it's funny, at the beginning of every month, I always have this freak out, because, your volume drops down to 0, and your new customers for the month drops down to 0. And I get this oh crap, panic feeling, because I went from 13 this past month to 0. But so I think I do 2 things. One of them is events. Events are huge. I do a lot of events at gyms where I have a table. I do a lot of events at small studios like Orange Theory, or a pure bar class or something like that, because it's just a different market. And then I also, have kind of adapted Amy's method of if you come into a 3-foot bubble of mine, you're going to hear about Juice Plus. And it's true. I mean, if you have a conversation with me and it comes up naturally, it's not oh, have you heard of Juice Plus? Somebody the other day asked me about headphones. They said, oh, have you gotten those headphones that I told you about? I said, no. I said, but you know what? I run my own company, and if it doesn't help me generate revenue or change someone's life, I'm just not doing it these days. And he laughed and he asked me what I do. And that started the conversation into that his wife is now interested in the business. And this is some guy that I started chit-chatting with at the gym. So I just kind of always keep my head up, keep smiling at people, and keep engaging people, because that way you're going to get potential customers or business prospects on a daily basis. So everywhere I go, I just keep my head up, keep smiling, and keep talking to people. And I find that to be really, really helpful.
That's awesome. Yes, thank you. And we're also going to have Liz is brand new too. So I know none of you know her. Liz is actually AJ's sister-in-law, but she is a total rock star in the making, and she's going to talk a little bit about bringing on customers, and really just the way her forward thinking. And I've told AJ this a lot. I haven't maybe told Liz this. Blows me away what she's doing as a dealer in DD, and the events that she's putting together are things that sales coordinators on our team haven't even thought about. So anyway, I'm going to ask Liz to just share from a brand new person's point of view how she's getting people interested and signing up new customers. But she's on mute.
Oh, Liz, hold on.
Can y'all hear me now?
There you go.
There you go.
Hey, it's nice to meet everyone. I think I got suckered into talking about this, kind of like I got suckered into Juice Plus. So bear with me, because I know there's a lot of people on here that have a lot of awesome momentum going. And so I guess when Allie was talking about, what I've been doing is that it really comes down to, we talk a lot about it in all of the early rep training, and I really have appreciated this with Allie and AJ, is that, what's your why? Why are you doing this? And I'm sure you all talk a lot about what's your why on Team Trigger. And so for me, my why comes a lot from what my background is. And so I'm a high school counselor at an all-girls private Catholic high school. So you guys can imagine my day is pretty crazy every day. It's pretty awesome. And I'm really fortunate to work with a lot of really great people. My husband is also a former college football coach and a high school football coach, and he still does a lot of coaching on the side. So our world is spent a lot with middle and high school age kids. And so when I was really thinking about, why am I doing this, and where is my passion, and what is this going to look like for our family, and how can not only I but our family really impact a group of people with Juice Plus. And so that was where I really started talking with AJ and Allie, and I said, well, let's flip the model. We've talked for years to parents about kids, but let's talk with kids and let their parents learn from them. And so with having access to a lot of middle school and high school age kids, and it being a prime market in the fact that these kids are getting to some of the busiest ages of their lives, and they need to know how to manage their time effectively, and they need to know, in order to manage their time, what they need to be putting in their bodies. And so in doing that, AJ and Allie, I really started talking about, and Allie really already had a model that she was doing with some younger kids. And so we took that and we said, okay, let's adjust this, and let's see where we can change this to talk to kids and help them understand that, if my day is going to start at 5 o'clock in the morning because I've got an AM practice before school, then I'm going to have to show up to school all day, and I'm going to have to be alive and awake in a classroom. And then after that, I might have another practice, or I might have another activity that I'm doing. How can we teach them and train them that it is just important on what you're doing on the field? And in order to be your best in the field and in the classroom, you have to be fueling your body. And that fuel comes from what you're eating and you're drinking and you're sleeping. And so we decided that we were going to talk to the kids, and we were going to invite the parents too. And so in some ways, I felt like we were taking that stress out of the parents' hands, because their parents have probably been telling their kids this. But now they were hearing it from someone else, and they were hearing it from people that have a background of athletics. And we were fortunate in a couple cases that Ryan, my husband, was able to set it up as their coach and say, you guys really need to listen to this. We used material that's out there. We used OU Football has a great video out there that I'm sure we could share with you guys, that it shows them out on a football field with trays of fruits and vegetables with this little tiny trainer amongst these giant men, and just really giving them an opportunity to listen to us and say, this is what you need. But also then sharing with the parents on that side is that, your kids are given a lot of questions about supplements and those types of things. So what is it that you're going to want to put in your kids' bodies? And then them seeing at these events that our kids are there that are 2 and first grade and younger, and they're eating the supplements and they're using it and they're drinking the shakes. And so it's totally safe for them, but also using some words and knowing behind that high school is an age of stress. It's an age of anxiety and depression. And as adults, we know that when we feel good about ourselves and we're putting the right things in our bodies, that we are able to handle those situations a whole lot better. And kids are no different. And so those are the things that we've been able to reach out to some different sports organizations, as well as I was just talking with someone about meeting with a group of Boy Scouts. We're hopefully going to be meeting with a group of gymnasts and I guess cheerleaders. And so just really, again, the whole concept is to flip the model. Talk to the kids, and the kids are going to recruit their parents. Then the other thing that we did is for the 10-day shred is that my husband and I did it together, and we challenged other couples. And so in challenging other couples, we created a Facebook group. And from that, we were able to create some other customers, but also for them to see, I think the big thing that, has been really important in the forefront of the Facebook page, as well as meeting with families, is that it's about families. And this is something that, I don't have time to make a different meal for myself and for my kids and my husband. So we're going to do this all together, and we're going to be in this all together. And so in doing that, we were able to really get couples on board. And, when you have other couples holding you accountable, you certainly don't want to be the last man standing. And we celebrated at the end. We had a bunch of drinks, and then we started shredding again. So we just had a lot of fun with it from that standpoint. And then the other opportunities have have just opened themselves up. I haven't reached out a lot to family or friends with kids, my kids' age, because I know I'm going to see them all the time. And it's been surprising to me that just by reaching out in other ways to other people, I think as, each of you have said, is that they're asking now. They're saying, okay, what are you doing? How do I do this? What do I need to do? And so, our sitter, who my kids have taken it for years, her and her family started this last week. And so she's helping us with our next event and is excited and on board. And so I think it's just been a lot of really just making it a family thing for us.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I really, for Liz, what's awesome is the events that she's putting together, and it's not, she's just hitting the masses because we're getting big events with a lot of people there all at one time. And so that's a lot easier. I know you guys are doing the shred as well, right? Are you all basically using that? Yes.
Absolutely. That's a lot of customers. It actually was more for last month. I guess I should say March. March was our best month ever, and it was mostly because 10-day shred. So if we'd taken those numbers against your numbers this month, we'd been really close. But
yeah, actually, this was our first month to really do the shred hard. So I think it makes a huge difference. So I think that's something that we all need to be doing for sure. So I have a question for you. When you guys are doing like 10-day shred groups, do you have one Facebook group that you're all using, or is everybody kind of in charge of their own customers, or what are you guys doing?
we actually do a team Facebook group, and that way people can, we can share exercise, any kind of workouts, recipes and all of that. People like to do pictures. Some people actually, like I'll do one-on-one Facebook messages with people who aren't necessarily wanting to share with a big group. And what we're finding is when you check in a couple times a day, and just like, hey, how was your morning? Did you make it through without coffee? And then in the evening, so how did all your meals go? People just feel that support, and that's really great. I think the problem we're having, not necessarily us, but what I'm seeing a lot of people just when they talk about it, like on RepRap, is how do you get people started on it? Do you give them your own products? Do you sell them 10 days worth and then what? And, Mitra will be the first one to say, absolutely not. Don't do it that way. Get them on T120 or T30 right away, and just know that for that first 10 days. And I think it's just how you present it, because I think some people present it as, come join our 10-day shred, and that's it. And that's not how it works, because it's not sustainable that way. So, and for us, I think it's been a learning experience. We're really working hard on figuring out what works best for us and the verbiage that we're using with people.
Yeah, I think so too. And we've had a lot of, especially because when you bring on so many new people, and a lot of them are coming on because of the 10-day shred, and then that's all they know. And so to help them learn that we're more than just the 10-day shred, when that's all they knew when they came on. That's kind of, we're running into some, I guess, good problems with that as well.
Absolutely. I think the key is figuring, setting the expectation. It's all about expectation management. If you can teach people from the beginning that it's not just 10 days, and that's people who are coming on as reps and people who are coming on as, just customers, that this is a lifestyle change. But for 10 days, we're gonna do this together. We're gonna create a sense of community. We're gonna always have that community, but for 10 days, we're gonna give you the skills you need to keep going for 30, 120 days, 365 days a year.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. So do you create, we're doing a new group like every time, like maybe like the 1st and the 15th. So far we've done like a new group on the 1st and the 15th, and we're creating a new group. And if people want to continue to be in the group, then we move them over, just because, we had 300 and some in our first group, and I didn't want it to get to, there's 1,000 people in the group now and only 200 of them are active. Or are you guys creating new groups?
We're doing it monthly.
Monthly, yeah.
Yeah, because it just becomes, we don't want our full focus being on the admin side of the house. We want the focus to be more, with educating. So we've done it so that it's a monthly And then finding out if people want after April, if they wanted to be put into the May, we posted it. If you wanted to start in May again, we just transfer people over.
Right.
Awesome. Mostly we also found that we can't cancel a page, so we're like really overrun with pages and it's annoying.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
You have to cancel a page? Really? You can't kill a page?
You have to like uninvite or like somehow get everybody to leave the page before you can cancel it.
Oh. That's weird. Huh.
So I know, we're close to 30 minutes here, but I would like to know, and I'll tell you, and I've talked to Amy a little bit about what we're really trying to do as far as how to really help people do 2,000 plus this month. Are you guys doing anything different, anything special as far as really, is that your real focus, or what's your thing for this month?
Yeah, our focus is definitely on the 2,000 plus, and we are, in all honesty, for us, it's all about the relationship side of it. It's not, all of our leaders are doing a fantastic job of really being able to teach duplication. And with that, we aren't doing anything, we're doing trainings, but we're not doing them like how you're doing them, where you're doing a 2,000 plus call every week. So we're working on the basics and making sure that people understand, like, hey, you hit your HLP, fantastic, high five. What's the next steps? So that you don't stop once you hit your 2,000 plus, you keep going to sales coordinator. Because that's usually what ends up happening. They get okay, I made it to VF because that's what I was told I need to do. Now I can take a break for a little bit, and that's not the plan. The plan is, hey, you keep going because, momentum is our key word of the year. And I know this is a momentum movement. But the faster you go, the more fun it is. And so you keep that moving along. And when you lose that momentum, it's so much harder to get it back.
Yep, absolutely. That's awesome. So we are doing, we have, with the 21 new reps that we had, and then like I said, we have a lot of people who are ready to restart, who are ready to jump back in. So we're really excited about that. So we're trying to support that group as much as possible with as big as our team is getting. For me as a leader, I think to just try to be able to be in contact with those people. So we do have a Voxer chat that's being started with people who that's their goal this month. And then our plan is that it will continue over next month with the same group of people trying to make sure they're being qualified. And then after they get qualified, then we're focusing on moving them to sales coordinators. So we are just trying to provide, some extra support for that group. And obviously we're still continuing to bring on new people and all that stuff. But anyway, so I think, going forward here for the month of May, for all of us, that's, our focus, our main goal is all those new reps that we just signed up to, to help them finish their 2,000 plus, and then continue adding new people and shredding and everything else that we're doing. So does anybody want to, Amy, do you have anything, or does anybody want to talk or have questions, or?
No, I think we're just excited about this month. I can't believe it's already Cinco de Mayo, and it's going to be an awesome, awesome month. So let's keep that momentum moving and really work on that 2,000 plus. Most people who join this business and they have 60 days do most of the work in the last 2 weeks of their 60-day period anyways. So if we take that concentrated effort and put it, in the month of May, I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of success. We're able to really applaud a lot of people at the end of May.
We should just start saying you have 10 days. That's all you have.
Exactly.
There's no 60 days. Oh, really? No? That's awesome.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you all for getting on. And we are really excited to look at the points after next month and see if you guys can try to catch us. It'll be hard.
Woo! There's the smack. There's the smack talk. There it is.
We will. No smack talk. We've decided we're bigger than that. So we'll catch up. You just watch.
I would like to see you catch up.
Oh, we all, the underdog always wins. All right. Well, thanks so much for getting this all together, and we will talk to everybody again next month.
Yes. Have a great night, everyone.
Thanks.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.